Problems never ends for Chelsea Football Club. We're facing Brighton, where we have 2 suspensions now. Reece James picked up a red card in the previous game. Cucurella got another yellow card, which makes him suspended for this game as well. We have Pochettino facing a sideline ban in the last game, where he had to sit and just watch the game. He couldn't help the team from the sideline. And what we Chelsea fans started to think about is that, do we actually have disciplinary problems in Chelsea Football Club? Because that can honestly not happen. But if your manager is not setting the standards, how can the player be expected to do so? And I understand that you can lose your head at some times, but I mean, this year we have picked up, I think, the most yellow cards out of any team in this league. Necessary cards throughout the season. And why is that happening? I'm really wondering that. I mean, we can sit and speculate the whole day the reasons for it. I think it personally comes from the owners not setting standards. I think it comes from the manager not setting standards. I think the players have been given too long contracts where they feel too safe. So, and the other reason is that we don't have experienced guys. We don't have players in this team that can set the standard, except maybe a Thiago Silva. We have a spineless team, so to say, and for these young guys, they have no role model to follow or leader except Thiago Silva. They have no one to follow. Reece James was supposed to be one of those guys. I mean, he was given the captaincy armband, but he's showing that he cannot be disciplined out there. He's picking up a dumb red card against Newcastle, and we can't just let that slide away just because it's Reece James. We don't have do we really have authority in the dressing room? Because when you're watching in training, you see players having fun and laughing. I want from now on the manager to start setting standards, because he is in the driving seat. He's the one that can make the difference and have the authority. And I want to see every single player now showing that they deserve to play for Chelsea Football Club. I want the players to give 120% in training, when they're getting their chances out there. No player should feel that they are safe at this club. I don't care which name it is. I want just everyone to give their all. How do we achieve that? Well, it's up to the manager, the staffs. I mean, we can't really change our owners, can we? So then it's up to the manager to set those standards, and he should also be allowed to build a spine in this team. When January transfer window is opening, maybe it's time for him to decide on some actual transfers he needs to strengthen in this team. And we definitely need experienced guys in this team to help the players, to help the youth. I want to see that we playing the players that deserve to play, that give it their all in training and showing a good mentality and discipline. And I don't know how you feel around that, guys, but I think we need to start from there now, because what we are doing so far is clearly not working on a disciplinary level. Now, do we have really good players in this team? Yes, of course we have a lot of talented players. We have young players, but some of them are experienced. And I think we can hire another gear in this team from every single one there. Pochettino can hire up a gear too, because we are at 11th place at the moment. And it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good, bro. And Brighton is very difficult to face. I mean, every game is going to be difficult, but sometimes I forget that we are Chelsea Football Club. We should be going out there and be able to turn this around. We should pick up 3 points against Brighton, but the problem is I'm not really confident. confident. It depends what sort of performance I see in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and what Pochettino takes for sort of action, what lineups he puts out there. If he can fix up the mentality and confidence in this team. That's a question. So it depends what type of performance we see against Brighton, because if we're seeing another performance and getting a big L against Brighton, I'm honestly going to start getting worried. Into my personal lineup, I would pick against Brighton. Kunku and Lavia is back in training. We can hopefully see them getting a couple of minutes and making their debut in Premier League for Chelsea. Unfortunately, James and Cucurella is suspended, but that gives game time for some other guys that I think should get it. I will have Sanchez in goal, continuing there. And because we have him fullback suspended and because Malo Gusto is still injured, I think we have to play with a makeshift right back that plays as an inverted wing back, or like staying back, and that's going to be Disassi as a right back. And as centre back pairing we got Thiago Silva, who will get the captaincy armband back because he can command the backline and everyone out there. Levi Colwill starting next team. I don't want to see Colwill as a left back. I don't want to see Badiashile. Badiashile had an awful game against Newcastle. Time to play players that is actually match sharp and had something going before the international break. So Colwill gets back into the lineup. And as a left back, I want to see Ian Madsen bombing down that left hand side, making overlapping and underlapping runs, providing as an attacking threat. Now in the pivot, I want to continue with Caicedo and Enzo. That partnership is crucial to continue building up on, because they both are incredible in terms of tackles, interceptions, anticipation, especially when it comes to in the possession side of the game, where they can make incredible passes to make the difference in the final third. So them starting as a pairing together is what I would like to see. Now in the number 10 role, I'm a little stuck here. I would like to see what Cole Palmer could do there as a more of an offensive, creative option. But now when I think about it, we're facing Brighton has really strong physical players in the midfield that are all over the team. I will actually put Gallagher in that number 10 role to help us press from the front and destroying in the midfield. He will be a sort of dynamic number 10 where he will help defensively, he will press up high, help winning interceptions, because that can allow you to create chances just from that. And I think it's just playing Gallagher against a Brighton side that we can counter attack on. So yeah, I think Gallagher honestly starts for me, and I'm giving Cole Palmer a rest here because he had actually a very poor game against Newcastle, and I don't think it's only fair to start Gallagher, who has been sublime and very consistent so far. On the right hand side, as my right winger or right mid, I will play Raheem Sterling, because that means he can go around the opponent on the outside. He can also come deep, be more an inverted winger as well. And he provides you with a pace on the counters. He will try to get past players with his acceleration and dribbling, etc. And on the left hand side, if Mudryk is ready to start, he starts there for me with his blitzing pace. And up front, if Broja is fit, I'm starting him there. Hopefully he can play at least like 65 minutes or something. It depends. Otherwise, if he can't play at all, I guess Jackson comes in anyway. On the bench, we got Jackson and Kunku, Palmer, Madueke. That can come in later. Lavia, maybe we see him too. So that's what I'm thinking around the lineup. Let me know what you would change here. And as I said, the mentality is what's going to make the difference out there. If we're showing up from the first minute and putting up a real performance, we have a great chance of beating Brighton. But as I said, if we're playing like we did against Newcastle, we can forget about it. So in terms of a score prediction, I think the player is going to show up now. I think Pochettino has talked to the players now. It's time to be serious. There's no joking around anymore, and therefore I think we're winning 2-1. Because if I'm seeing this side of the lineup, I think we will be very dangerous on both counters and in terms of possession. We will be able to press up high, we'll be able to defend in a mid block in a 4-4-2 if we have to. We're becoming very flexible and fluid. If you have made it all the way this far to the video, be sure you like this video, subscribe to my page and hit that notification bell down below. Let me know your thoughts, your score prediction, all that good stuff. You can check out my socials in the description, in the comments down below. And hopefully this is a turning point now where we start seeing us picking up W's, and hopefully Nkunku and Lavia making their debut as well. So thank you so much for watching, take care.